Welcome to the Requel pitch. It's Tyler talking video games today. Um, this is coming out months after conversation I had with Solomon about Sonic the Hedgehog being like the movie franchise that it is. But what we're talking about today is something just as viable in a lot of ways, but I feel like is also the forgotten game property of Nintendo. Now, growing up, my big video game system was always Nintendo 64. That was always like the thing. Like 64 was where I was at my apex of gameplay. And one of my favorites was, drumroll, drumroll please, drumroll, Star Fox. And if you're like, what's that? It's part of why I have my pitch today. Because I feel like Star Fox is this awesome, awesome game and just kind of world that they have just forgotten. Nintendo's just abandoned. You know, the idea is you are Fox McCloud, you have these Slippy Toad, Foggy the Rabbit, and Falco the Falcon with an angry chip on his shoulder. You have these great character dynamics and models of star pilots. And, you know, recently we had the Mario movie come out, and it was all computer animated. We had we had the Minecraft movie coming out that nobody's looking forward to but some children. And it's a mixture of animation and live action. And we look at something like Sonic the Hedgehog, okay? In Sonic the Hedgehog, the film is about, uh, it's a mixture of live action and the Hedgehog, Sonic, being, in his world being computer generated. And it works for this. It works. Star Fox, you can't do the level, you know, and part of it was watching Tails, how great Tails looked in the Sonic films, and you can't do that level of animation for an entire film. You know, it kind of reminds me of the Transformers when they went to reboot and they did Bumblebee, and the first few minutes of Bumblebee are just amazing because it's Cybertron and it's the Transformers battling, it's everything you want it to be. But then, you know, we're on Earth. Why? Because we can't keep that level of CG and everything to maintain an entire film. They can't do it. It's too costly. So they have to find ways to break it down. And having the live action is how you do that. That's why, you know, you all of a sudden you reduce Cybertron to the battle is on Earth and we just have a couple of Transformers fighting. Or we have, you know, Sonic's at Emerald, you know, at Green Hills, not Emerald Zone, you know, because they can't keep that level up. So it comes down to, all right, so what do we do? And it's always finding a way around things. And that's where with Star Fox, I think we're going to have to lean on Nintendo and Nintendo's style of just doing a CG film. Now, I know recently Mario movie hit, right? Fully computer generated. Okay. Works, doesn't it? It was fine. We had no problem. Everybody rolled with it. Good times. Okay. I have no problem with that. And I feel like that's how you start to build maybe even, and I hate saying it, like a connected universe type thing for Nintendo. Because Mario or Star Fox and them appear in Super Smash Brothers. And I feel like that's kind of where Star Fox has lived for a while. But basically, I mean, these are anthropomorphized animals in spaceships out fighting space. And how cool is space battles? I've talked about that before. How amazing are space battles, and we love them. And having that would just be great, you know? And in a CG movie, you already have a fan base built in for your gamers. And just like Mario movie, I've said before, I feel like a lot of the success of the Mario film was that you had children, grandchildren, you know, and it's generational. Like, we have people who are grandparents who grew up with the Mario games who have grandkids and their kids grew up with Mario, and it's multi-generational. So boom, you're able to sell Mario to 3 different generations without forcing parents or grandparents to take the kids to the movie. The parents want to see it too because it's part of their childhood. And I feel like you don't have that much with Star Fox, but you do have some of that built in because a lot of people grew up with Star Fox as part of Super Smash Brothers. And I know talking with my kids, especially, that's where they know Fox and Falco is Super Smash Brothers. But the story of Star Fox is basically this group of, defenders take on this empire that comes, and you have space tanks, spaceships, hand-to-hand combat. And it's just that kind of same fun energy that you get of just having a great battle with great characters. And I could sit here and break it down plot by plot, and I thought about it, but I just been really motivated after my conversations with someone to talk about Star Fox and to kind of bring a little bit of the knowledge of who and what, these characters are. Falco I always liked because he was a little bit of a douche, but Fox was the best. So I just really feel like Star Fox is where to go. So what are your thoughts? You guys remember playing Star Fox 64? If not, any of the Star Fox games. I really feel like Nintendo just kind of dropped the ball with making Star Fox games. I know that in some areas it's called, it's not Star Fox, it's like Star Wing because of some legal things, which happens. So maybe you're a Star Wing player. But what are your thoughts? Do you want a Star Fox movie? Completely animated, kind of in the style of the Mario movie, to maybe eventually we get some sort of Super Smash Brothers style film? That could be cool. Let me know.